Yo, I'm Open Mike Eagle. What is your name, sir?
Rift is fine.
Rift. Okay. Hello, Rift is fine.
Just Rift. Just Rift is fine.
Cool. Welcome to another episode of Jewel Cases, where me and Rift, we sit and listen to our favorite albums from the best time in our lives, and we attempt to reconnect with that joy and listen to these albums and talk shit as grizzled adults.
Well, I don't want to say this is the best time of our lives. Was it the best time?
I'm going to go
lives?
ahead and call it. I'm going to go ahead and put my chips. I'm going to put my chips on high school.
That's some Al Bundy shit, though.
Yeah, but it's not about 4 touchdowns in a single game. It's about hurting ourselves breakdancing. That's really, to me, that's more valuable.
Like several revolutions in a single move.
Yes. If we could do a 90 and get all the way around once, we felt like the happiest boys on earth. How simple was that?
Not very simple at all.
I mean, the simple check mark for
I
what
mean,
joy
yeah,
meant.
of course, the check mark itself is fine. But if you ask anybody in the street, like, hey, could you please do a spinning handstand to at least one revolution? I don't know many that we could actually pull that off.
I agree. But it's the little things, I guess, or the little clear markers of success. To me, that represents a joyous time when things weren't so ambiguous.
That's true.
know?
That's true. There were very concrete levels. Like,
yes. You could either do the shit or you couldn't.
And you would bleed while trying to figure it out. So not much has changed.
Yeah, the blood's more figurative now, but yes. The album that we're covering today is one that we both love, but it's sure to spark a lot of fucking controversy.
Well, that's because it's the best and people won't admit it.
You're burying the lead.
Burying the lead,
Yeah,
of course. You've been using that quite a few times in the course of the series.
Well, I guess that's your thing then.
Hey.
The lead. If we had baseball card stats, you'd be high in burying the lead.
Hey, if that was a stat, I would completely master it.
Our album today is A Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory.
The best one. You see, that's the thing. You say it's burying the lead.
You're going to start that?
I'm just saying, I mean, it's the controversy that we're dealing with. Because when I said it was the best one, somebody thought Low End Theory, and somebody thought the other album that isn't the best one.
But we hadn't even said Tribe yet.
But it's the best one. There are not that many controversies that involve the best one.
I guess that's true. But this is a Low End Theory. We're going to open it up here.
I mean, technically, it's a testimony to them that they could have two albums.
Yeah, it is.
So equal in quality that it would
and support. You know. So we're gonna open our jewel case here. Oh my God! Look at that pretty CD. That's so pretty. That's pretty CD.
Production quality.
Oh, it's so good. A photo lasered of them.
I have
on
never
the CD.
seen the actual CD.
So
for Low End Theory,
when you got this album? How were you listening to it?
Tape.
I also had the tape.
So I remember the actual cover and the cover art. Mm-hmm. This image is not something that ever existed.
Wow.
Because the tape world is the tape world, and it's just, nobody's putting pretty pictures on tapes.
Look at there's pretty pictures in here too.
I remember those
green-hued pictures. They had lots of, what are those things called when you put the color film over the lights?
The gels.
So there's lots of gels, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Should I tell them what you do?
I mean, I do a lot of things.
Should I tell them that you know about this stuff?
I do know about that stuff.
I don't know because Riff keeps secrets. I don't know if I should talk about.
Wow.
I don't know if I should talk about.
It's going to be one of those episodes. I see.
So this is the Low End Theory art.
No, I am a photographer by trade, as in that I have been paid to do this work.
He's taken plenty of excellent pictures of me. My last 2 photo shoots were by
That's true.
Mr. Rift here.
You and Video Dave, actually.
So you probably have seen samples of his work plastered all over my social media. And we have our credits and our shout outs and things here.
They actually went pretty understated for this.
They did. They have kind of a font they use, and they just put that on the black. They didn't spend a lot of money on a lot of pages. That's what I'm noticing with a lot of these. In my head, we'd open up these books and see a lot of pages. Mm-hmm. Typically, just like one plastic and folded piece, which saved a lot of money. With production.
There's funny things you realize after the fact.
Yeah.
Like having made records and having had to source this material, what was anybody thinking having like a 20-page stapled insert versus a one-panel folded 4 ways.
And you know what's funny is in thinking about it now, like we haven't run across one yet that was really like that. So I think when I think of those, like that was probably like Smashing Pumpkins. I was thinking of.
I feel like their budget was much stronger than
the label was more into giving them this immersive experience as a CD opening. But let's get into it. This is Low End Theory. Come on now. You got to give it a little cajoling sometime. Oh, man. This first song is Excursions. When's it going to start? Come on, Excursions. Begin to excur.
Back in the days when I was a teenager, before I had status and before I had a pager, you can find the abstract.
Listening to hip hop.
My pops used to say it
reminded him of bebop. I said, well, Daddy, don't you know that things go in cycles?
Way the Bobby Brown is just
amping like Michael.
It's all expected. Things are for the looking. If you got the money, quest is for the booking. Come on, everybody.
I remember one time we were at Promontory Point, you and I. I don't know if you were there.
How do you remember I was there, but then you don't know if I was
because I went back on that initial statement, and I'm saying I don't remember if you were
retraction.
I just always mentally put us all there because we all used to be there. But there was one time at the Point, which was a place we used to get together and break dance and rap and share peace books. And there was an after-hours party there, and they had a band there, and the band was like playing hip-hop beats live. And this is one of the beats they played, like, and it just started with the guy on the bass, and it made me think about this song differently ever since that day, like just how funky this bass line is.
Okay, and I feel like this in and of itself is why the debate between this and the other album exists, because this album is very bassline driven.
True. Low End Theory.
And I don't think enough people appreciate the intricacy and the funk that that backbone gives a track. Everybody is very drum heavy. It's very like, oh, the pattern, oh, and then you get into the melody. So you're looking at 2 levels that are around the bass songs.
Right.
When really, these songs work so well because you have these stripped down beats, and it's like this very coherent, very funky bass line, and then they're just going off stylistically. And that's they're probably one of the few people that could have made this entire soundtrack work.
True.
Because like Tip's voices in his lyric, Fife, they're able to actually be instruments themselves.
True.
So they don't need all of that orchestration around them. And I feel like the other album is...
Are you really just going to call it the other album?
Until we're on that album.
That seems so disrespectful. Unnecessarily so. Like, we're playing the album. We're enjoying this album. You don't have to slander the one that you don't think is the best.
The other album.
Dang.
This is a jerk. This is when they were still censoring words on albums.
I feel like when it came to stuff like that, that would be like self-censor. Because I do think, this album does not have a parental advisory sticker.
Is this a version? Is this?
I don't think this is a version. I just think maybe it didn't have one. And maybe that was why.
When was the schism? When did that happen? When they started having to censor records? Because I feel like before the parental advisory label, there was no such thing. So you made the conscious decision to yourself to censor your record so that it could get more traction and go further, you know?
But I feel like what used to happen more was that people would make records and then people would go back and make clean versions for the radio.
Right, but that's only after that label existed. That's what I think, at least.
Well, no, because I mean, NWA had clean versions of songs.
When did the label come into existence?
I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking 2 Live Crew.
I was thinking the same thing. Because I'm just thinking the one with the women standing, like A-frame, like 4 of them lined up.
Nasty as I Want to Be.
Nasty as I Want to Be, yeah. That's the one that immediately comes to mind when I think about like censorship. Because that was a big thing. That was like local news.
Yeah, it was big. It was national news. I think it might have been at the beginning of cable news, but this was certainly the beginning of an era. This is Fife's big coming out party. This is when he came with a way harder edge. It wasn't just about like...
Upon styles is what I have.
It wasn't about ham and eggs, you know, like it was on the first album. It wasn't so playful. He was playful. He was coming out throwing bows.
He got kind of Napoleonic.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I don't blame him, but when you listen to some of the lyrics on some of the later songs, he's like, you did not get a lot of play before this. And you
play, what do you mean play?
Just like attention.
I see. He's got a song on here about his rapid increase in attention. And,
yes.
And telling girls to get to stepping and
yes.
such. Telling girls to beat their feet and such. Get out of here, girl. Because you didn't want me before I was the Fife Didog. You know.
But wasn't he always the Fife Didog?
Well, he wasn't when he was a child.
He might have been born a Fife Didog.
That's true. I just wasn't aware of that, and he certainly didn't make it seem like that in that song. If he was the Fife Didog the whole time, he should have been way less angry at those women.
Abstract, original, pitiful.
I had this thing about Tribe, and I tweeted about this the other day. I feel like they were the first rap group to make albums to be enjoyed in headphones.
Yes.
Where like they weren't this, they didn't make songs to be put on in the club or even necessarily in your car.
I feel like when you say it like that, you know how technology will change. So you look at like Tidal and they'll be like, oh, it's just that much more high fidelity. So they have to like kind of overproduce a track that's going to go on that platform. I feel like this album came out with the advent of like the Sony headphones that everybody was walking around with when we just started wearing studio monitors for no reason.
It was walking around on the train with studio monitors.
Exactly. Right. And I feel like they're like, yo, they're all wearing studio monitors. Like, let's make studio monitor music. And they just made headphone music. Because they're the first ones in rap to do it, I feel like.
I think so.
Because, I mean, I feel like all Radiohead music is damn near headphone music.
Radiohead?
Yeah.
Interesting. You know, I hadn't really
all Portishead music is definitely headphone.
I hadn't thought about it until I thought about it that day that I tweeted it. But it was like, oh, yeah, like they weren't making songs for people to go to the party and do the WAP to. Like, they weren't doing that. Like, their relationship to the music, specifically like Tip's lyrics and the way, like you were saying, his voice is an instrument. It seems like something that's like a real personal kind of experience. Like it's supposed to be kind of just be you alone on the train, like taking this in.
In the end, even if you compile this with Midnight Marauders, I'll call it its name. It's all jazz. It's just different stages of jazz.
That's interesting.
When you're looking at Low End Theory, this is like almost a quartet. You know, it's just like upright bass, drums.
And then two lyricist type instruments.
Exactly. So you're looking maybe a trumpet, maybe a cello or whatever, flute, however you want to flip it. But then you look at Midnight Marauders, and that's like your more orchestrated, like
with those Rhodes keys.
You know what I'm saying? You got vibraphones and Rhodes keys, and you got drums and somebody on a tambourine or some shit.
With Miles Davis went electric.
Exactly.
That sort of thing.
Exactly. I feel like jazz fusion.
I see.
And maybe I like this album just because it's more purist.
Yeah, I like the fusion. I even like the fusion more in jazz, I think. I like when they get freaky and plug the keyboard in.
You see, and that's the difference between you and I. Because you like that.
I like freaky keyboards.
That diluted bastard child jazz.
Oh, I mean...
I only say this because I'm a bastard child myself, so I feel comfortable saying the word.
Like, damn, where's
don't slander the bastards. Bastards need love too.
If you're promoting the show,
how do you feel about this song now that you've been on tour?
This song?
Have you
know
ever...
what I think about when I hear songs like this? Is I think about the amounts that I would be bickering with a show promoter over versus the amount that they were bickering with a show promoter.
You mean the actual the money exchange?
Yeah, because I'm thinking they are playing for 3 to 5 times the amount I'm making, and I just wonder, like, does a promoter try to pull it like for 15,000? Like, do they try to not pay that much? That's crazy.
Having been on the promoter side, and granted, I've run it to where I understand that the cost of the artist is part of the cost of the show, so I try to have that before the show even starts. It has nothing to do.
It's got nothing to do with the door.
It has nothing to do with the door. Door is profit. There is production costs. You are a production cost. However, those who do not align with that ideology will try to pull it. And if their asking price is 3 to 5 times yours, that is to say that their risk exposure is 3 to 5 times higher of being able to have that money off the door, since they're gambling. When you don't pay up front, you're gambling. You're saying, I'm going to bring these guys in and they're going to make enough money to pay themselves and me some extra.
Yeah, it's really terrible. It's a terrible math. And when you're a real good show promoter, you know that in your show promoting career, sometimes you're going to lose money.
Exactly.
And you don't hold that against every individual artist like that. And but you quickly learn in the business who's a real promoter and who's just like
absolutely
a rapper who knows where to get the show put.
That's the other part. When rappers become promoters, it's very dangerous.
It's terrible. It's stupid.
Because ultimately, you're just like, I'm just going to pay these people that are better than me to be my opening act or somehow associated with me. Because they usually try to slip themselves into their own bill.
Well, but not as headliners. They know better than
not
that.
as headliners,
Okay.
but it's like, it's basically an opportunity they would never have in the first place. Like, no one would book them to open for the people that they're opening for, except themselves.
Yeah, I think sometimes people think there's going to be a whole career in that. This is that song where Fife is upset with the women who only want him for
Nameless.
being the dog.
Well, an endless list of names.
Yeah, because he just said, look,
There's a lot of names.
Also, don't abuse him. Ooh. What if I don't believe it, Fife? Like Alexander O'Neal? Then again, how would I know? It's like a little movie.
It is a little movie.
Yeah.
It's like an Eddie movie, an Eddie Murphy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You know Eddie like that? You do your first name basis? Just
I mean,
kicking it with Eddie?
yeah, not that one though.
Okay. Which one?
There's other Eddies.
I know. That's why I'm asking you which one, because now I don't know.
Maybe you don't know this Eddie.
Oh, okay. But you brought him up casually in conversation, so I figured I
You
should
brought
know.
him up.
That's a great trick. That's a great trick. That like almost
I love you,
worked.
Fife.
Why would he call people to tell people? Why would he tell people to call him Malik? As if anybody would know him.
I don't know, man.
Also, I'm just for people's understanding. I'm just messing around. Like I really love Fife a lot, and I was really when he passed away. I was deeply sad. Like, deeply
no, absolutely.
sad.
There's people that are just in the tapestry of your foundation.
Yeah, exactly. He's woven into the fabric of me.
Like, regardless of whom or what. Like hey, I clown. We'll clown. Yeah, but it's not like him as a person.
Right. And it's not like I don't know. It's not like I'm taking anything away from like.
No, he's excellent. He's an excellent. To make it very blatantly clear for the viewers or listeners of this broadcast.
Hi viewers. Hello.
We are not taking anything away from his skill level or his importance to everything that we're even trying to represent.
Yep. But I think for this platform, we have a few. We talk our shit. So.
Yeah. And it doesn't change the fact that he did list a bunch of women that he apparently had grievances with.
Yeah, he didn't like them women. He was mad at them.
And
I always love this song. You ever hear this song? It's Gary Bart's Gentle Smiles.
Oh, okay. That's the sample?
It's a great song, yeah.
I feel like this is where it would cut in.
Yeah. Oh, right. But I'm not probably going to do it. Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
we could hold space for it.
That's true. Oh, this is my song right here.
This would be your song.
Why? Wait a minute. That sounded very judgmental.
It's not. I mean, technically it is, yes.
But why?
Because this is one of the weakest songs on the album.
Are you absolutely kidding me?
Not even close.
Are you? What world would this be a weak song?
I'm not saying it's a weak song in general. I'm saying it's a weak song in comparison to
what?
Look, if you have a bunch of brothers that are 6'4" and you happen to be 6'1", it's not to say you're not tall.
I'm not going.
It just has to say that you are comparatively smaller.
We got to have us a conversation now. What for you is the strongest song on here? If this is a weak one, what is the strongest song to you? Oh, okay, you got to look, huh? No instant contenders jump out at
Well,
you.
I mean,
huh?
I love Scenario, but I don't. There's part of me that holds that as a separate entity from this album.
It is. It's really a Leaders of the New School song. I'm waiting.
Why are you doing this?
Because
Why are you doing it this way?
I cannot believe that you would call this song weak. I cannot believe it. Like, I am aghast.
I'm just saying, it's not one of my favorites. I like Sky
song
Pager
is-
more.
You
I like Check
like
the Ram more. Check the
Sky
Ram. Check the
Pager?
Ram. Yeah,
Bro, Sky Pager's an interlude.
it's better than this.
You are out of your mind.
Bugging
Ron
Out is
Carter,
definitely-
the guy from the jazz quartet that you are wrapping your entire worldview around this album around, is playing on the song.
I understand that.
And you're putting Sky Pager over.
You're right.
You're a crazy person.
I understand that.
Oh my God. I don't know how we're gonna make it through this riff. I'm like hurt and I'm like surprised, shocked, sad. It's all happening.
I
right
stir
now.
emotions. Apparently,
Yes.
It's just a.
Yes, I mean, I knew we would have controversy among the placement ranking of this album in Tribe's catalog, but I cannot believe you don't like this song. I can't
Vibes and
believe
stuff.
it.
Vibes and stuff is the
Vibes and
best.
stuff is great. This song is better than Vibes.
It is not better than Vibes and stuff.
Absolutely, it is.
No. When you listen to Vibes and stuff on the right system, just from that first like chime gong,
Blum, 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 blum.
brong, do you see that? The way that
It's great. This is better.
it is not.
It is.
It is the start of their overproduction, which leads to that other album.
This is one sample from Heatwave and Ron Carter playing a bass.
Okay,
That's it.
and I understand
How
that.
is that overproduced?
You literally just did Vibes and stuff with like two tones. That, I feel
That's
like
because that's all the beat does
it's
after the
minimalism.
intro.
You know what? That's what it is. It's efficiency.
This is one sample and Ron Carter playing a bass. It's not overproduced in any world.
I accept that.
I just
I just don't think it's as good. It's just because it's like you're describing production by the amount of inputs it uses almost. And it's like, fine, there's only 4 tracks on this song. I accept that. But if you look at it in like notes, like the economy of notes, if you were to like actually notate this on paper, you see it like it's just a lot of extra notes that aren't needed.
extra notes. I am appalled. just it's gonna take me a second to get over this one, man. Because you know what I think what's bothering me is that you're ascertaining your I don't even know what the word is.
So it's
It
about
doesn't
the
seem to be
stakes.
based on anything. It's just like, I don't like this song. It's weak. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
I don't. It doesn't inspire the same feel. You know, that's really just what it boils down to. I like those chimes and I like those frequencies that resonate in my body in a very specific way, and that does not do that.
So this is, I've it's funny sitting here listening and having a conversation about the album because we always listen to these things alone.
Yes.
Right? It's interesting. So we had, the show promoter song, and then this another one.
No, this was a
complaining
thing.
about the music business.
This was a thing. The business was garbage.
And everyone was realizing it.
And this is, I'll say this much. Listening to these albums, I'm sure it soaked in. Because as soon as I start happening around me, it was like, why are we doing this? What are you doing here? This is terrible. There's no money. You're not doing this right.
So this is brand newbie. And Tribe.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know who's always been really mad at Tribe is, for a long time, is the Jungle Brothers.
Really?
With the specific argument, I've read this a couple of places, that, Q-Tip's first appearance was on the Jungle Brothers album. Tribe never had Jungle Brothers on their albums.
None of them.
Never.
None of them. You're actually absolutely right.
And I think it was Baby Bam who like really really held a grudge about that particular fact because they had the highest platform ultimately out of the crew, and never put them on anything.
Yeah.
They got Brand Nubian on here though. I don't know. I'd probably be a little salty too if I was Baby Bam.
Hey, but I mean, to their defense, when you look at the evolution of all of them as artists, Jungle Brothers came from a decidedly different generation than the rest of the native tongues.
How would you describe that generation?
Yeah, I could say it's like a firm decade before with the hip house and like. If you're taking artists by their most identifiable song, and then you put them against each other, it doesn't even seem like Jungle Brothers and the rest of Tribe and the rest of Native Tongues are even in the same genre.
It's true.
Because
the sound was very different.
I'll house you. Like that's distinctly like 70s kids, like late 70s.
That makes me want to play my favorite Jungle Brothers song, and I can't because I haven't figured out how to.
Which one?
Jim
Browski? Yeah. The J, the I, the M, the M, the Y.
Vinny and Mohica. She brings them in. Like that's the gel. Vinny and Mohica worked with everybody.
It's Jimmy. Anyway.
But yeah, I didn't like.
But that was a different song. Yeah, I know. But I feel like. Anyway, I'm just gonna take it as association. We may find out that they're related somehow. But
I think they are. I'm pretty sure my Jimmy weighs a ton samples of Jim Browski.
Yeah.
The Jabrowski, yeah, it's in there. But Vinny and Mohica, man, it's like one of them classic native tongues.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're talking about a remix too.
No, I'm talking about the original version. That's the original album, but they released a single that had a completely different beat.
I hated how they do that sometimes.
Yeah, that really bugged me. It was not as good at all.
Like Come With It did that. They're like,
but the Come With It on the Street Fighter soundtrack is the best Come With It.
Oh yeah, no, that's the absolute.
Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry.
See
the remix, the Joe Quick remix.
No.
Yeah, that's the best one.
You're wrong.
No, it's not. It's got the upright bass you like.
Last we checked in, Mike Eagle was completely wrong about a Come With It song.
That's not true. The Come With It remix, the Joe Quick
false.
remix,
Completely
is the best
false.
one.
Completely
it's the best
false.
One.
No,
it's got your upright bass that you like
you know
so much.
What? And
You're a human jazz quartet, and you only like raw jazz vibrations. You don't like electric things. And the Joe Quick remix is those same lyrics, those same awesome lyrics over an upright jazz bass loop, and you love it, and you know you love it.
I enjoy it, but it's nothing compared to the original.
It's better. It's better by far. It's better by far. I may have to drop this in. I may have to drop both in, like a little bit of both right now somehow.
I'm sorry. Listen to this. Just listen to this. Boy. You're wrong. You're just wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, but here's a song you really like.
Yeah, this is is that chime for hypnosis.
You like for your beats to hypnotize you.
I do. But
I like the bell.
Not Biggie. I didn't like Hypnotize that much at all, actually.
Did you ever hear the sample this came from?
Yeah.
It's a Grant Green song.
Isn't everything a Grant Green song? Either
every time it's
like Cal Chadger or something?
A Cal Jader. Every time, usually when it's vibes, it's Cal Jader. And every time there's a nice, sticky electric guitar loop like this, it's usually Grant Green. Let's see if we have this one. These letters are too small, y'all. I can't read them. I don't want to wear my glasses. Let me see if I can find it.
Dad Eyes Rap Guys.
That's right. That is correct. Vibes and Stuff contains samples from down here on the. It should be down here on the ground. They put down here on the sound. Performed by Grant Green. Down here on the ground. It is a pretty good song, Down Here on the Ground. Midnight Marauder. To African. I'm heard some things about that, man. I don't know if I should repeat them here.
Let's just not give them the time.
You're right. I'm sorry. But if there's victims, peace to them. Peace to them. From hard rock to this shop. To this shop. To hard rock. To hard rock to this shop.
What are you doing?
I was trying to turn it up. Why are you so angry at me?
Not angry.
No, that was angry. You said that angrily.
You
said
take
that
the
with
best
vitriol.
song, one of the best songs of the best album.
And trying to increase the volume so you can hear it better, okay? Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring my intentions. All he does is write rhymes, drink, eat shit, and bone. That's a great line.
Yeah, honor those intentions.
That's great. That's a bunch of good ones. And I do things on the double. Yo, I'm out like Busta Douglas. I say peace to MC Trouble. Rest in peace to life.
You know what else? We got the
I feel like this last minute long stretch just got heavy out of nowhere.
You know what's wild?
We got the vibe. Uptown and
I think about hip hop crews a lot. And I think that a hip hop crew is not a hip hop crew until somebody in that crew passes away.
That's really unfortunate to think about.
It is, but every one of them has one. There's only one crew, one big crew I can think of that has not had a prominent death. Only one.
I've seen a
whole lot of stuff.
Guess who that is?
A whole lot of them.
All them girls. All right, Q-Tip.
They love naming women in their tracks.
Constance and women. That's a grandmother, Q-Tip.
I really feel like they were in the same room and wrote both those verses at the same time. And Pfeiffer's just like, I got all the names. Bet.
Rhonda and Shirley. Zelda and Gwendolyn.
All gilfs. Every single one of them.
Oh, man.
But who is this crew? Who is this extra large crew?
Well, let's just go through some that happened.
Well, I mean, Wu-Tang, Native Tongues,
DITC.
Okay.
Boot Camp.
Yep.
Sean
P.
Yeah.
I gotta inhale hard to say P the way he said P. We'll get to that on another day, though. So who is this? Who are we talking about?
That didn't have one?
Yeah.
Hyro.
Hyro.
Yeah, and as far as I'm aware,
Hyro.
not a prominent.
Not
a prominent.
Hyro.
Everybody else has lost a member.
Huh. Liquid
crew? I guess not. I guess
They
nobody
great.
Liquid crew. This song.
Hey, you got heavy. Let's just stay here for a while.
This song is something else. I was listening to this today, and it's funny, man. Like,
You're pre-listening to songs?
huh?
You pre-listened?
I do my best show when I pre-listen.
You pre-listened?
Yeah. I don't always get to when we do these, but I noticed
So
that
this how we're doing it now.
It's how we always should have done it. This is journalism.
I see.
We have to research. You don't like research. You want to come in here and improv everything. Like some sort of upright citizen.
Or upright bass.
There you go.
Ah!
It's pretty clever. This song is one that people don't talk about, and I think they're right not to. I think this song is weird. This is a weird song. Like, it's attempting to be.
It tries to
socially
address
responsible
consent,
song.
but it doesn't do it complete. Like, it doesn't do it well from the concept. It does well as far as like rap execution.
But it's deeply misogynistic in its consent observations. It's deeply like when the girl says no, you should understand and not get angry. I think is kind of where they're coming from.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Which is, when I say it like that, it's not bad, but then it's the way it sounds. It still sounds like. That's rough. Man.
I didn't really mean it.
Yeah, like what?
That's it's a little cringy.
It's
It's more than a little cringy.
Yeah, man. And it's like the song still has. I mean, in mind, this is 1991, probably 1990. when it's written, and not that excuses anything.
I
It's
mean,
just
they
like
do
it's
get their
it's
points for a valiant effort of being
Right.
trying to be forward thinking at the time
Absolutely.
that it occurred.
Absolutely, I agree.
We're looking at it from the lens of 2021, where things have dramatically changed, and a lot of things that are on a lot of recorded works are not acceptable.
What's the unforbidden touch? What does that mean?
I've been trying to figure that out.
Sounds like maybe we should skip this song.
This had the best video aside from Scenario on this album.
Say what?
Ain't this the one with them on the rooftop?
Yeah. Now, what did you say though? I missed
It
it.
said it's the best video aside from Scenario.
I like the video for Jazz as well. And Jazz and Bugging Out. I think it's the same one.
Yeah, I believe so.
I do like that video a lot. Like it might be. I think they might be on the roof of Jazz, and maybe not this one. I know they're in Queens on this one, but I don't know if they're on the roof.
I see.
I think. Oh, not on the roof doing a show.
That's a different one.
That's a different.
Yeah.
That might be. Oh my God. That
No,
might be.
I feel like Oh My God referenced an older video though.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're on a truck. I don't know.
No, because there's Once Again, and
Once
that's
again was a cinematic thing.
I think it
Remember them
ended
like
on the
running
roof
through
though.
a building. And
Yeah,
had, like,
yeah.
weird-
They were all rushing to get to their places on the rooftop to do the show.
Really? Is that what that was?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. I didn't even look at it that way. I used to have to like watch cable in weird ways
Yeah.
back then. Like
I remember
trying
him
to-
running through like a dry cleaners.
Yeah, the dry cleaner.
Yeah, that's the one that stands out. But there was like green gels.
Yeah, lots of gels.
Yeah.
There were lots of gels. These are gels, folks. That's a lesson we had earlier in the episode.
Oh yes.
That these green lights are made by gels. Gel lights.
Cellophane colored things that you put in front of light. If I had one around, I would show you with this light here. But we don't.
Yeah. We can do it in post.
Oh.
I never liked this song that much.
No.
I thought you were going to say it was your favorite.
No.
I'm surprised.
I just think it's better than the other one.
It's not. It's not. I'm gonna skip it.
And me the abstract.
I do like this song.
Yeah,
this is a strange
It's
story.
very strange.
I love this strange, weird story about this drug dealer lady who he falls in love with, and she's paying all the bills.
And then she dies though.
And he can also do whatever he wants as long as he doesn't mess up the money. It's a really weird story. I love it so much.
There's some reason that makes me believe this is not fiction. I feel like when a story gets too strange and you're still willing to tell it,
and it gets like super granular.
that's
like
like,
this.
no, these are way too many details. You lived this somehow. This is just an offshoot of reality for you.
I like this beat. I like when they use the short chop loops like this.
Maybe it's a tempo thing.
Tempo?
Tempo.
What's the tempo thing?
The difference between my preference of one song over another. Like I like the longer draw, like the 82 BPM area.
You like slower?
Yes.
The verse from the abstract is very slow. I'm trying to follow your logic here, sir.
I have no
don't know
logic.
why
I just
you're
don't like
looking
the
at
song.
me
I just don't like the
As
song.
if I'm trying to poke holes. To what
You're right.
saying.
You're right. You're right. We're just gonna have to leave this one alone. I have I'm just inexplicably not feeling that song, and one day I'm going to understand why, and I'm gonna tell you in a completely different album, because that's just when I have the next time to it.
What's the different album?
I'm just saying, when I do figure out exactly why I don't like these songs compared to other songs, I'm gonna tell you, but it's gonna not be in a Tribe album.
I mean, I guess I'm just curious, man.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
always so
It's just-
curious where our tastes diverge drastically.
You and me?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because we have so much overlap. So, like, within a project we both love.
It's because you're a Scorpio and I'm a Libra.
Don't do me. Don't you dare, Rick. I will throw this entire episode in the trash. I would drag and drop it into the trash. Do not do me. Oh, he's still alive. Chip is still alive in the song. Still rapping about the drug dealer lady. She had a fly cousin. He would also mess with her cousin. What is wrong with him? I love his rhyme scheme in this song. Like, but they couldn't tame her. Like the couplets, like every half bar comes, like that's tight. That's tight.
The jazz, we got the jazz.
I like jazz. I like the jazz better than Check the Rhyme a lot.
I can say that.
Yeah. Asa, my son, he used to listen to the song when he was like 4, and you know what he thought the hook was? We got pajamas, we got pajamas, we got pajamas, we got pajamas. Booming and you booming and you booming and you G.
What sample? How many songs sample this?
I know this song.
The booming and you booming and you booming and you G.
Oh, sampled this song.
No. How many other songs since this song?
Sample booming and you.
Yeah, that's
I know
specific.
Common, right? Was it like Breaker 19 or something? One of them early Common songs. I think that was the hook. About.
I feel like we're gonna have to get into a whole explanation about Scenario and how, and all the other songs that spawned from the Busta Rhymes verse. Because there's at least 7 different songs I can think of off the top of my head that basically have that either directly sampled or interpolated something he said off that song. Fortunately or unfortunately, about 3 or 4 of them are by Busta Rhymes himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to take fruit from your own plants like that.
No, he is definitely a fruitful farmer.
A fruitful farmer,
Yes.
a fruit taker. He's a fruit eater, grower, a eater of the fruit he grows and takes from the earth that he fertilizes. I feel like he would use that as the intro to. I definitely want you to understand how much I fertilize the ground you walk on and eat the fruits and soak them in the God's energy so that we can feed the families and the babies forever. Because that is how we must walk the earth when we are children and grandparents of the gods. Gods. I remember that one. There was one song on Diamond D's second album.
Yep.
And it's a love song. But he has Busta Rhymes do the intro.
have Busta Rhymes do a fucking love song.
Busta literally says in that song, he's like, it's something like this. I definitely want you to understand how much I want to solidify the firm focus around you being the female. What are you talking about,
That shit
man?
would not even pass in today's parlance.
It wasn't even good for the time. Fat house speakers so the new shit can rock from Monster Bass and Peak. We've talked over a lot of these. I've talked over a lot of these songs, but I want people to know I love these songs.
These songs are amazing.
And I wanted to ask you this too, because part of the deal with me in this album is that the first Tribe album I really heard was Midnight Mirage. I ended up hearing Low End Theory after the fact, and I wonder if that also plays into the love I have for that album versus this one.
Possibly.
Because I heard Low End Theory. Low End Theory came out in 93. I think I heard it in 94. So it was like 95 when I was going back and hearing this from 91.
Interesting.
So it sounded a little dated to me, even though I loved it a lot.
No, because this is my first full album, but it's not my first Tribe Called Quest exposure. Because I was listening to the singles from the first album, you know, Can I Kick It, Lift My Wallet, and El Segundo, which, as an aside, I did not realize El Segundo was actually still in Los Angeles for the longest time. I thought Los Angeles was just Los Angeles, and I did not realize that all these things inside Los Angeles.
So many things
Yeah.
inside Los Angeles.
and El Segundo was a thing. I'm like, I thought, is he in Mexico somewhere? I was like, no, he just went to LA. It's a simple
It
flight.
was like by the airport. Like he left
Right
his
by the
wallet
airport.
But
No,
he
that's-
drove. They drove.
He
here.
drove. They drove. I don't even know why you would end up over there.
But I think he was. I think
Was the In and Out
he said
there
that
at the time?
He wrote it based off of Red Fox always saying that he was doing something like El Segundo on Sample or something. I like this song a lot. I love every song on here.
Good, as you should.
This is Scott Page? Hit a twist of lime. 8:45.
Yeah, this is Scott Page.
If you get your hand,
I feel like you confuse Guy Pager with what?
That's true, but I do feel like this is a short song. But I think you're also correct in that I conflated those two in my mind.
I do like what?
What is tight? But what to me is like
An interlude.
it's like the bread that comes to the table before the meal of scenario.
Just, yeah.
You know, it's good.
It's
but
a
like,
palate cleanser.
yeah, but you know what's coming. You know.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You didn't know it was coming.
Yeah,
you
but
know
I
what?
heard scenarios so many
It's
times
right.
before
You know
I
what?
heard
I
this
don't.
album.
I honestly don't think anybody who bought this album was surprised by Scenario because that was
Right,
the
it was a
lead
big
single. It came
single.
out before the damn album.
Uh-oh.
That video.
Sorry, y'all. It's my neighborhood. My neighborhood. It's happening. Live in a black American ghetto. Here we are.
A bag.
A bag? Black American ghetto?
Yeah.
Yep. That's my bag.
Take that out in post.
No. I put it twice in post. How about that? I'ma loop it.
They last for 3 weeks, so they do me well. Don't be going through no phases, my joint stays on. 24/7 from dusk till dawn. If you're in Costa Rica on a sunlit beach, you grieve for the viper, I can't be reached. A number of importance, I just put it on lock. You leave Pro 69, that means you want some.
What do you want? What is he saying? They want some what? They leave 69 in the pager.
Oh, chalk.
Okay, that makes sense. Like maybe you're a policeman and
Caulk.
like you're a contractor and you need to fill a hole in a wall.
Clock.
Yes, you're a watch maker and you need a cog. Oh, wait a minute. Riff doing the riff dance. Riff likes this one, folks.
It's such a joyous song. It's just,
It's another little sticky guitar loop. I don't know if they left where the sample came from for this one. I guess they didn't pay for this one because they didn't put where it came from.
oh, balls, no cock. How come he could say cock here?
Maybe there's a limit to the amount of cocks you can say. It's got to be that. You only get like 3 cocks an album.
Yeah, you really don't want to have all those cocks coming out your mouth.
There you go. There you go. That's what they say at the Parental Advisory Board office. Take those cocks out of your mouth. That's on the wall.
Food in his gut.
That's childbirth. That's a test tube, baby. Without Papa Son.
Nothing. Because Genghis Khan had nothing to like.
I think it said Daniel Son.
You know what?
He might have.
Run it back.
No.
Run it back. Run it.
No.
Fuck
Just
it.
let the
Fuck
listeners
it.
tell
Fuck
let
that lane.
Let them tell us in the
Oh
comments.
God.
We should encourage
Something else
comments.
to get eviscerated by
We should
the general
encourage
public.
commenting, liking, and subscribing all
Or
day. We
that is,
don't do
what
any of
is
that.
sex when you have 3 people?
It's not a tough question to answer at all. What's the word for that? It's a French one.
That's what he said before.
That's true. What's Ralph Crandon if he ain't yelling
At Ed Norton. What is Coke snorting?
What is position if there is no contorting?
Chill for a minute. Dougie Fresh said silence.
He said that on self-destruction. And then he started beatboxing. Yes, for a moment of silence. He started beatboxing. Oh, God. Hip-hop is amazing, man. Hip-hop is fucking amazing. God. Oh.
I removed the frown.
What would be my penal
cord
cord?
if it wasn't brown?
Penal cord? Penal cord.
What is a compound with outer
Is it
element?
about a penis or is it about jail? Keep going. Because you know that we showing. What?
And this
What?
is-
What?
This is the perfect
What?
runway.
What? Yeah, that's good. That's real good. That is real good. We're at the end of the album too, so we're gonna have to celebrate while we tell people goodbye and stuff.
All right, you know what? We could do that. And I'm not gonna turn this into a sing along because we all know the words to this song. All of us, everyone in the world knows the words to this song.
I almost know how to play it on an organ.
That's amazing.
I think it's just 3 notes.
This is a 5-man track, and I could do rap karaoke with this by myself.
Yeah. Asa used to know every word to this when he was young. He doesn't. It's funny because he doesn't know them now.
It goes away. I feel like it's something that attracts children because me and my friend, when I was young, we would practice this song. I don't know why, but we just go back and forth, verse for verse. Like,
That's great.
but this video was the most amazing thing I had seen at the time.
Pre Windows 95.
It was Windows. I think it was Apple. It was like the old Apple interface. Because that's what all the creatives used back in the day.
I'd never seen nothing like it, man. Red man eating chicken in a
Red
window.
man eating chicken in a pop-up window is the greatest thing ever. Like,
Outside, come around. Brown.
that whole run away from the camera, then run back, and then changing the filter on the green screen background so it would be like checkered or it would be striped, or it would be a woman dancing, and then it would be the kick, and then she'd twist, and it would just go through like he was clicking the radio buttons in the window. It was beautiful.
Did Spike Lee direct it?
I don't know.
He was in it, right?
Yes, he was in it. Everyone was in it.
Fucking genius.
To the press. Yes.
But I'm
on
Open
to the
Mike
do.
Eagle.
Doo-doo.
This is Rift.
This is Riff.
This is jewel cases, just in case this ends up stopping before.
Radio makes more than 4.
We get a chance to say peace. So make sure y'all like and subscribe and all of that, because we want to keep doing these jewel case tales. We need encouragement.
They flashed the words on the screen for this verse because they didn't make no fucking sense.
I wonder how did Dinko write rhymes?
I don't know.
How the hell did Dinko write
rhymes? Incorporated INC into a flow.
Funk, flip, flap, flap, first is foul, fight, 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 laugh. Yo, how's that sound?
Sounds like Tourette's.
Sounds like Dadaist poetry. Q-Tip, so smooth.
How does Busta get a cameo in somebody else's verse on the same song?
Rust and rust, then attack.
Then maybe you had to smack. Cause a rambunctious.
The rates or levels of the moon inside the air.
You know I did it.
So don't violate or you'll get violated. The hip hop.
That's how hard Busta's verse was. They had to give him a preview before his verse.
That's incredible. And do you know that this song came from sessions that was supposed to be like the whole native tongues?
Really?
Yeah. So
Powerful Impact got sampled?
Yep. Powerful Impact. That song, you ever heard the song Shofi MCs? Shocking females.
Oh my gosh, that's 2.
It's a Tribe and De La song. That came
Along
from
with the
these
track,
sessions.
man. That's 3.
As I come back,
Bother me. Yep.
I roll with the squadron.
Of course, that's 4. Change a little drawers cause your hands are sagging.
Try to slip to this, I won't
Twist you with a turban.
The head that smell like rice.
With a most stale urine. Chocolatey choco, the chocolate chicken. The rear cock weasel, the cheeks they were kicking.
That sounds like so much.
The rear
activity.
cock weasel.
Yeah, the chocolate chicken. What? What's the chocolate chicken? That sounds.
Observe the rhyme and check out the scenario. Yeah, my man, motherfucker.
And he said it so like he made the best face after he said it. Like, yeah, I said it.
But they censored the whole thing. They put the witness protection over his face.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
We going out right on the song?
I think we're gonna stop when the CD stops. Is what we're gonna do.
I think that's it.
I'm Open Mike Eagle.
This is Rift.
This has been Jewel Cases, and we'll see you all next time.
Yeah. I didn't want to keep going, but I was forced.
Thank you, Riff.